Today we will look at one of the most important scientists in history, who contributed much to how we see the world these days. He might not sound famous to you, but that is because he wasn't the one to get his theory famous. But he certainly did a lot of work, and today we'll pay a tribute to him. Luckily, we were able to get our hands on an interview he held, not long before he died. Let's look at some fragments.
Welcome, please sit down.
Thank you.
We're very glad that you could stop by today to tell us something about your life and your theories.
Well, I'm honored that you take so much interest in my work.
Well, your work may not be so popular right now, but we're very interested in your theories and their development.
Well, thank you. Once again, I'm honored. Shall we start?
Yes, that's fine. First of all, could you tell us a little bit about yourself, about who you are?
Well, of course. I'm Nicolaus Copernicus. I'm a scientist. My hobbies are mathematics and I'm also an astronomer. Well, I was born on the 19th of February 1473 in the city of Turin.
Isn't that in Poland?
Well, yes, actually it is. I have two sisters there and one brother. My sisters' names are Barbara and Katrina, and my brother's name is Andrew.
Okay. Do you remember much about your life in Turin?
No, I don't remember much about those days because I was still very young. When I was 11, my father died and we went to live with my uncle, Lucas from Rotterdam.
Well, what kind of man was your uncle?
He was a loving and intelligent man. He took care of me after my father died.
Yeah.
Thank you, Uncle, for taking care of me. I'm your mother's brother. I don't mind looking after you and your brothers and sisters. We're all family, Nicholas.
Did you like the way your uncle took care of you?
Yes, actually I did. It was because of him that I went to Krakow Academy. That was when astronomy really started to fascinate me.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was about 18 years old.
And you decided after 4 years to stop without graduating. Why did you stop?
Well, I left to go to court with my uncle Rotterdam, and I decided then that I actually wanted to study law and medicine at the University of Bologna in Padua.
So why did you decide to study law and medicine?
Well, because I find it more interesting. I was especially interested in canon law.
So, now that our scientist has introduced himself, we will look at some of his work. What started this brilliant man to study what he did, and how did this lead to his discoveries?
Here.
So, when did your astronomy interest kick in?
Well, when I made an observation of the star Aldebaran.
Aldebaran is the brightest star in the Taurus constellation. Observing the star has made my doubts about the geocentrical system even bigger.
After this, I completed my studies. I received my doctorate degree in canon law. I also served as a personal secretary and physicist for my uncle.
Uncle,
Yes?
should I attend the next meeting of the Royal Prussian Council?
You made me very happy if you could, Nicholas.
Do I also have to continue to accompany you to the next Royal Prussian Assembly?
That would be great.
Did you do anything besides helping your uncle those days?
Yes, of course. I continued working on all my theories and tried to prove them.
Oh. Copernicus is most famous for creating the heliocentric theory, but that isn't the only thing he has done.
John. So, Nicolaus, we now know you are the founder of the famous heliocentric theory, but can you tell us something about your interest and investigations before this theory?
Of course. At the age of 30, I began working as my uncle's personal secretary and physician. I believe it was in the year 1503 in which I started to work for him. I went with him to all kinds of sessions of the Royal Prussian Diet. In 1514, I thought about my heliocentric theory for the very first time, but I only made a sketch of my ideas. When I moved to the city of Fromburg, I became interested in astronomy even more, and I made more than 60 observations.
So, when did you create your first theories about astronomy?
Well, in the period of about 1512 until 1515, I did some extensive observational activities. I observed Mars, Saturn and the Sun. This led to the discovery and the proof of the Earth's eccentricity. This is actually the Earth moving around its own axis. It also showed that we are actually moving against a relation to fixed stars.
Okay, so I heard you were also involved in a theory about money. Is that true?
Certainly. I actually wrote a study on the value of money. It would later be called Gresham's Law. It stated that bad coinage drives good coinage out of the circulation. I must say that the theories were widely read by Prussian and Polish leaders, as they tried to, well, stabilize their currencies. Throughout this period in my life, I again started working on calculations and astronomical observations, but not on a professional degree. It wasn't until my book got published in 1543, which was the real start of the heliocentric theory.
Well, I think we know all about you now.
I hope it didn't bore you too much.
Not at all. Thank you for sharing your experiences with us.
Well, no problem. I'm just happy that people still care.
There are many people that do.
So, this old man's going to leave you alone right now?
Goodbye, and thank you again.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nicolaus Copernicus died on the 24th of May in 1542. He was a great scientist and he contributed much to how we see the world these days. He was loved by many and his loss is difficult, but he will be remembered.
Yeah, I don't know my words anymore.
Googie gaga. What?
Googie gaga, gagi bla bla.
Googie gaga gagi blah blah. Welcome. Please sit down.
Thank you.
We're very glad you could stop by today and tell us something about your life and your theories.
Well, I'm honored that you show so much interest in my work.
While your theories may not be so popular right now, we're very interested in how you've developed them.
Well, again, I'm honored. Shall we just begin?
Yes, that's fine. First of all, could you tell us a little bit about yourself, about who you are?
Yeah, of course. I'm Nicolaus Copernicus. I'm a scientist. My hobbies are astronomy and mathematics. I was born on the 19th of February 1473 in the city of Turin.
Isn't that in Poland?
Yes, actually it is. I live there with my brother and my two sisters. My brother's name is Andrew, my two sisters' names are Barbara and Clarice.
Catharina!
Good! My sister's name is Good!
Catharina! Oh.
Her real name is Katharina.